ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Page number 33, Karika number 28. तस्मान्न जायते चित्तम् चित्तदृश्यं न जायते तस्य पश्यन्ति ये जातिम् खे वै पश्यन्ति ते पदम्. Gaudapadacharya, refuting all other systems of philosophies, he has refuted Sankhya philosopher, Dvaita philosopher, who comes under Astika darshanams, and he has refuted 4 types of Buddhism, Jainism. These 4 types of Buddhism we were saying in the last class, from 24th Karika onwards up to 27th Karika. Among these 4 systems of Buddhism also, first 2 systems are negated by the 3rd system of Buddhism. That is, Yogachara, Kshanika Vijnanavadi refutes the first 2 systems of Buddhistic philosophy. Sautrantika and Vaibhashika, both of them were refuted by 3rd Buddhistic philosopher called Kshanika Vijnanavadi. That is done in the 27th Karika. In the 26th Karika, 25th Karika, 3 Karikas are refuting the first 2 systems of Buddhists. That means 24th only first 2 systems are introduced. 25th, 26th, 27, Yogachara refuting the first 2 systems. First 2 systems, first system of philosophy, Buddhistic philosophy is Bahyartha Pratyakshavadinaha. They are known as Bahyartha Pratyakshavadina. The one who accepts the external world with direct perception. And second philosopher is Bahyartha Anumanavadinaha. Accepting the external system, external world by anumanam, inference. Accepting the external world only by inference, not by pratyaksham, is known as the second system. Then third, number 3 is Bahyartha Abhavavadinar. Bahyartha Abhavavadi means that Yogachara, Kshanika Vijnanavadi, he doesn't accept the external world other than the subject, the consciousness. Vijnanam he accepts. There is no objective world outside. Then the 4th one is Sarvartha Abhavavadi. The Sarvartha Abhavavadi is the fourth system of philosophy in Buddhism. It is known as Shunyavadam. Abhava means absence, non-existence. Non-existence of what? Sarvartham, all objects, nothing is there. Shunyam, emptiness. This is called Sarvartha Abhavavadi. Artha means object. No, nothing is there. Even subject, object, nothing is there according to him. So the first two systems negated already. The third system, Gaudapadacharya negating in the 28th Karika, that I have introduced in the last class. The word meaning I have given, but we have to see the further elaboration on this Karika. What Kshanika Vijnanavadi says, we agree with Kshanika Vijnanavadi. Third system of philosopher also says the external real creation is not there. We the Advaitins says there is no external world really. But there is an apparent creation there. It is like two sides of the same coin. What do we say? Our two statements we have to understand. Real creation never born. There is no real creation. This is called Ajati Vada. First our Vada is called Ajati Vada. Creation is not born. World is not born. There is no Srishti outside. Bracket lo what you have to supply? Really. There is no creation really. This is called Ajati Vada. There is no creation really. Why we have to add that really? No. Because I cannot say there is no world at all. No. I cannot say there is no world at all because experientially it is there. Some utility is there outside. Therefore, I cannot say it is totally non-existent. So, this statement you should not forget. Just like that, you cannot make a statement, there is no world. No. When we are saying that there is no world, that clause is very important. There is no world really. It is called Ajativada. Now, second statement, what we say? First statement, we only say. And second statement, what we say? There is an apparent creation. There is no creation really is the first statement. Ajativada. Second statement is what? There is a creation apparently. There is an apparent creation. This vada is called Vivartavada. Vivartavadam. Vivartavadam means that substratum means it never undergoes a change, but it appears as though. It appears as though. For that we give the example of the rope snake. Our rope snake is there, no? It appears as a snake, but there is no real snake. Apparently snake is there, but there is no real snake. Similarly, pot also appears, there is no real pot, like that. Similarly, here also we have to say to this Kshanika Vijnanavadi, we agree with you, there is no objective world really outside, there is only apparent creation outside. Now, I want to refute even Yogachara also. Why we have to refute Yogachara? The common feature between Yogachara and us is what? he also negates the external world, real external world. We also negate the real external world. This is common feature for both of us. What is the uncommon feature between Kshanika Vijnanavadi and Advaiti? The uncommon feature is in arriving at that Vijnanam. What Vijnanam, he says, the Chaitanyam, subject alone is there, Chaitanyam alone is there, object is not there, he is telling. That subject, he calls it as what? Vijnanam. We give the name what? Chaitanyam or consciousness. That word is mentioned here in the form of Chittam. Chittam, the word here mentioned, is Chaitanyam anartham. Chaitanyam na jayate. What type of Chaitanyam used your Chaitanyam? Gaudapadacharya asking the Yogachara Buddhist. You and I are same in negating the real external world. But I differ from you. Who says? Gaudapadacharya says. Who is Gaudapadacharya? Author of these Mandukya Karikas. So what we are studying, Mandukya Karikas, author is Gaudapadacharya. He is challenging that Buddhist. I differ in this aspect. I have a difference of opinion with you regarding the Chaitanyam. When we ask, what is your Chaitanyam nature? When we ask, what he says, it is Kshanikam, momentary, temporary, anityam. For that he gives two examples. Examples are not given here, but he gives two examples. What are those examples? According to me, he firmly says Chaitanyam is temporary. What we say, Atma is Nityaha. Atma is momentary, Kshanikam. Kshanika means what he took? Kshanika means the Vritti Jnanam he took as Chaitanyam. The Vritti Jnanam, the pot knowledge, flower knowledge, mic knowledge, house knowledge, clip knowledge, chair knowledge, person knowledge, woman knowledge, every knowledge is changing. No? Every thought is changing. Our thoughts are momentary or permanent? All our thoughts are momentary or permanent? Momentary. Very much fleeting. Floating, fleeting. They are just like a flow. Can you stop that flow? You cannot stop. It flows. Therefore, he says this Vijnanam is not permanent. What Vijnanam? Whatever I am getting, that Vijnanam is temporary only. He took that Vijnanam, Vritti Jnanam, as a permanent, the temporary Chaitanyam. According to us, that Vritti Jnanam is not that consciousness. Vritti Jnanam is not the consciousness. Vritti Jnanam means, Vritti means thought. In that thought, every thought is a knowledge, is it not? Flower thought means what? Flower knowledge. Mic thought means mic knowledge. When you see the desk, you get desk knowledge. Knowledge means Vijnana. At the desk vritti, desk knowledge. Vritti thought, desk knowledge. Flower thought, flower knowledge. Mic thought, mic knowledge. House thought, house knowledge. Man thought, man knowledge. Every thought and knowledge. Thought alone is called knowledge. And the knowledge he taken as the Atma, Chaitanyam. Since it is fleeting, therefore it is called momentary consciousness. Kshanikamanna moment. There is no permanent Chaitanyam, there is only temporary Chaitanyam. Just like he gives for one example, flame. What you are seeing, the flame is not one flame There are many flames are coming. One flame, every moment, new flame is coming. His Siddhanta, he establishes like this. The example he gives, a flame, when we keep that flame at home, what we see, the flame is only one flame we see. According to him, it is not one flame, it is a series of flames are appear like one flame. It is series of flames appearing as one flame. Series of flames means if there are only one flame, he is asking us, if there are only one flame, the oil should be as it is. He says, no, the oil should be as it is if it is only one flame. But the oil is deflating, no? Every time oil is deflating, no? Every minute, second oil is deflating. That therefore, what I want to say, it is a series of flames, one flame after another flame comes. But I am seeing only one flame now. Because of that fast series of flames, it appears as though one flame. It appears as though one flame. It is appearing as one flame for us. But according to him, there are number of flames. Every flame is how much time? Kshanikam. This is one example he gives. Like that, just as the flame is one for us, for him flames are many. Flames are many. Similarly, how flames are many? Kshanikam. They are fleeting, momentary. Next example, what he gives is river also. You see one river flow, it is not one river. The water is what you are seeing, that river, water you are touching. It will not be the same next moment. You are touching the water. After this first moment over, second moment comes. Are you touching the same water? No, you are touching the new water. Therefore, the river is also not a permanent, it is also kshanikam. The water you are touching is not the same water, it is different water. Therefore, it is a momentary, it is a flow, series flow of waters, he says. Like that, no permanent river, no permanent flame. There are many flames you are seeing as one flame. There are many rivers, no? One river is not there actually. There is a flow of water. Every time you are seeing new water. Correct, Hane? What you are seeing is not the same. His example also nanna irukku namakku. That is why Chaitanyam also like that only. It is series of consciousnesses. Series of consciousnesses. There are many consciousnesses. First moment consciousness is different from the second moment consciousness. Second moment consciousness is different from the third moment consciousness. Clear? So the consciousnesses are changing. இதுதான் அவனுடைய சித்தாந்தம். இப்போ நம்ம நெகேட் பண்ணணும். Now how to refute him? How to refute him? Now Gaudapadacharya asking, who knows about this momentary consciousness? Who knows? Who is talking about the momentary consciousness? Who is talking about the momentary consciousness? For that, Gaudapadacharya elaborately explaining, you cannot say first momentary consciousness knowing the second momentary consciousness. You cannot say first momentary consciousness knowing the second momentary consciousness. So 3 points Gaudapadacharya raised. What are those 3 points? How do you know that consciousness is momentary? Question number 1. How do you know consciousness is momentary? Gaudapadacharya, question number 1, posing towards Kshanika Vijnanavadi. Now, the second question he asks is, now he is asking, how do you know the momentary consciousness? When you ask, suppose you give 3 answers. Gaudapada himself gives an answer. You have 3 possibilities. இப்படி சொல்றியா అని கேட்கிறார் அவர். எப்படி? Is it known by other inert matter? This momentary consciousness, is it known by another inert matter? Or is it known by another momentary consciousness? How this momentary consciousness is known? When you say, is it possibilities? 3 possibilities. Gaudapadacharya presenting. Is it known by another inert matter? A inert matter is knowing this momentary consciousness. Point number 1. Question number 1. Or is this momentary consciousness is known by another momentary consciousness? Second possibility. Third possibility is this momentary consciousness is knowing by itself? Is this momentary consciousness is knowing by itself? After asking these 3 questions, now he says, Gaudapadacharya repeats, these 3 also not possible. Possible questions he raises now, possible doubts, and he refutes 3 of them. How? A momentary consciousness cannot be known by an inert matter. A momentary consciousness cannot be known by an inert matter. Why? An inert thing cannot know anything. Jadam, a jadam vastu can know anything in the world. Therefore, first choice is ruled out. Inert matter cannot know the momentary consciousness. Now, the second option, the momentary consciousness can be known by another momentary conscious. Cholla vali illa. Yenna, first momentary consciousness to know, the second momentary consciousness has to come. Second momentary conscious vanda udane in the first momentary enna arde gone. Born and gone, the secondary momentary consciousness has come. So therefore, this secondary momentary consciousness, when it comes, this first one disappears. Then second one is known by third one. In this third one, second one varumbodhu third one illa. Third momentary consciousness. Third momentary consciousness varumbodhu second momentary consciousness illa. And who knows whom? So, one momentary consciousness cannot know the another momentary consciousness, because when one momentary consciousness is born, previous consciousness gone. When the other momentary consciousness is going to come, this consciousness is disappearing. Therefore, there is no possibility of one momentary consciousness known by another momentary consciousness. Second option ruled out. Third option, can consciousness knows by itself? Momentary consciousness knows by itself. This is also not possible. Subject, the knower can never be known by itself. No one can know by itself. Everything can know other things. It cannot know itself. It is law. It is against to law. So, the momentary consciousness cannot know itself. Flower can know itself? No. That is why Atma can never know itself, we say. Atma knows everything, but Atma can never know itself. Like that, secondary, momentary consciousness also cannot know by itself. Therefore what? For that, we have to give our worldly example. What Gaudapada Acharya says, see, to know a momentary consciousness, there must be a conscious principle which is not momentary. Very, very important concept. To know a momentary consciousness, there must be a permanent consciousness who is not momentary. How to understand this? For example, you go to a central railway station. In the central railway station, the announcer is there. The announcer announcing the arrival and departure of the train. First train, arrival and departure. Second train, arrival and departure. Third train, arrival and departure. Fourth train, arrival and departure. So that experiencer of these first train, second train, third train, who is talking, announcing, she is in the train or out of the train? Out of the train. She cannot be in the train. If she is in the train, she cannot know about the second train arrival and departure. She has gone in the first train. She cannot know the second train arrival and departure. Of course, she cannot know the third train arrival and departure. If she is in second train, she cannot know about the third train. If she is in the third train, she cannot know the first train arrival departure. Therefore, the knower of the arrival and departure of the trains must be out of the train. She must be on the platform, not on the train. Right? Simple. Similarly, you are talking, O Kshanika Vijnanavadi, you are talking about the temporary consciousness, the momentary consciousness. The one who is talking about the momentary consciousness, first momentary, second momentary, third momentary consciousness must be free from moments. He must be permanent, Nityam. A temporary consciousness principle, Vijnanam, cannot talk about all the momentary consciousnesses. So therefore, what? Consciousness is Nityam, permanent. It is permanent. That is what he establishes. If anybody tries to talk about this creation, the Kshanikam, this is like trying to hold on to the space மாதிரி. இந்த ஆகாசம் இந்த கையில் பிடிக்கிறதுக்காக முயற்சி பண்றானோ யாரோ. இதெல்லாம் முடியாத காரியம். நீங்க பேசுறது எல்லாமே இட் இஸ் நாட் ஃபேர். It is not right. It is like counting the finger steps of the birds in the sky. Talking about the Kshanika Vijnanam we have refuted. And is a sahasam anu solraru Shankaracharya. How dare enough you are talking about all these things. Now Gaudapada Acharya from 29th he is going to consolidate first, second, third chapters summarization he is doing. What he does here in the second 28th Karikala, 3 examples I said. 3 examples in the sense, 3 pramanams. Shastra pramanam, Yukti pramanam and Anubhava pramanam. Shastra pramanam I gave the Taittiriyopanishad. Najayate mriyate va kadachit. Atma is Satyam, eternal, Nityam. In Taittiriyopanishad, Kathopanishad is the pramanam. So your way of expression is Shastra Viruddham, Atma is Nityaha. Similarly, the reasoning Nyaya Viruddham, for that we have given this railway station example. Namak example. Adu madri. The knower of the momentary conscious must be not momentary. Abadani, the knower of the momentary consciousness is not momentary. So where your kshanika vijnanam gone? Then anubhava pramanam also pratyabhijna is there. It is not kshanikam. Even in sleep also this consciousness continues. Even vritti vijnanam is not there. In sleep also we don't have vritti jnanam. No thoughts are there. But we are there or not? How we are there? Kshanikama irkoma? We are there. That's why 3 avasthas apparpattavan and artham. We are there all the time, either in one form or other, formless also. That's why when we say the mind is blank, oru thought illa manasila. அப்படி நம்ம இருக்கோமா இல்லையா? ஒரு தாட் இல்லை அண்ண, ஒரு தாட் இல்லைன்னா கூட I am there who is the witnesser of the thoughtless mind. Few seconds sometimes, ஒரு தாட் இல்லை, என்னமோ blank-ஆ இருக்கான்னு. Who knows the blankness? There is someone who is conscious of blankness. Who is conscious of thoughts rising and thoughts are not rising. Few seconds blankness. I am aware of that. That awareness is permanent. Nityam. And from 29th onwards he is going to talk about the Srishti is not there. If you accept the Srishti, what are the problems you have to face? He says that the birth of that consciousness are indeed seeing the footprints. Consciousness is born and gone. According to Kshanika Vijnanavadi, consciousness is born and gone. Upanishad says what? Na jayate, na mriyate. What is born has to gone. But what about Atma nature? Upanishad says it is never born, never die. But your kshanika, momentary consciousness, born and gone. How many years it is living? Years, months kuda ille, weeks kuda kadiyadu, days kuda kadiyadu, hours kadiyadu. A moment. Shastra viruddham, Shastra viruddhatvat. That's why Buddhism can survive in any country, not in India. Here, people are thinking people. In non-thinking people irukra edathila Buddhism survives. Thinking people irukra edathila Buddhism cannot survive. Simple thing, you have understood or not? எப்படி ஆத்ம க்ஷணிகம் ஆக முடியும்? க்ஷணிகம் ஆத்மா த நோவர் சொன்னதுக்கு அப்புறம் கான்சியஸ்னஸ், ஹூ இஸ் நோயிங் தட்? த நோவர் மஸ்ட் பி பெர்மனன்ட். ஹூ இஸ் நோயிங் ஆல் க்ஷணம்ஸ்? கிளியர்? சிம்பிள். சிம்பிளா இருக்கு சுவாமினி, கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா இருக்கு அப்படிதான் தோணும். இட் இஸ் வெரி சிம்பிள். ஓகே, நவ் கௌடபாதாச்சாரியா ஒன்ஸ் அகெயின் ஜஸ்ட் ரிவைசிங். Finally, there is no creation at all. If anyone accepts creation, what are the problems? Suppose creation is there. Creation has come into existence. Creation has come into existence. If anybody says creation when it came, so and so time you have to say. Once it is born, date of manufacturing kudukanuma vendama? Kudukanum. Adha whenever you buy, you see the date, manufacturing date. அது மாதிரி கிரியேஷன்ங்கிற பேக்கெட்டுக்கு டேட் ஆஃப் பர்த் பார்க்கணும். டேட் ஆஃப் பர்த் ஒன்ஸ் இட் கம்ஸ் இஸ் a time principle, isn't it? Date of birth it comes, it is a time principle. Once it is a time principle, it must have date of expiry. If creation is born, creation has to disappear. இந்த டைம் பவுண்ட்ல என்னென்ன ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இருக்கு? ஓல்ட் ஏஜ் ப்ராப்ளம், Old age problem. Everything you are born, again what? 1 week, first year over, second year over, third year. That's why, how old are you? And the question is what? How old are you? And I am 20-year-old, 50-year-old, 70-year-old. Old தான் சொல்றோம். என்ன சொல்றோம்? I am 70 year young ன்னு தான் சொல்றோம். 20 years young ன்னு சொல்ல மாட்டோம். ஏன்னா I am becoming old only, year by year. என்ன say every hour I am becoming old and old. You like old age? You want to become old? None of us. Therefore, that is a problem. Old age is a problem. Then the old age comes once, disease also bound to come. ஒரு disease இல்லைன்னா முட்டி வலியாவது வரும் கனீசம். பேக் பெயின், முட்டி வலி, வீக்னஸ், ட்ரெமர்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் வந்துடும். And the disease problem வரும். Uneasiness in the body. Then automatically it has to perish. Death problem comes. Samsara problem continues. Sanchita karma, agami karma, prarabdha karma. அப்படியே தோஷ போட்ட மாதிரி sanchita, prarabdha, agami, sanchita. Janmas struggle. If you accept creation really, there is a problem. Therefore what? There is no creation at all. If you accept creation, there is a samsara problem. Since there is no creation, therefore there is no samsara. Yesterday only, Swamini, you defined the samsara also. There is samsara now. Adi Bhagavad Gita class, this Mandukyopanishad class. Samsara, as long as you are in ignorance, samsara will be there. You think there is a creation, I am created, therefore I have old age, disease, death. That is samsara. Suppose you own up your Atma, I am not the body, I have no death, I have no birth, I have no disease, I have no old age and chunna. Are you having samsara? No. So therefore your vision, you have to shift your vision. Reverse. I am body, mind to I am consciousness. Just a reversal. Your conclusion about you have to reverse. Reversal process. Pannanam. That's what he says in the 29th Karikana up to 46, the summary of Vedanta, a Siddhanta. Now we'll read the 29th Karika. Ajatam jayate yasmat ajatih prakritistatah prakriteranyatha bhavah na kadhanchit bhavishyati. So matter cannot influence the consciousness at all. This whole creation, matter what you are talking really is a word. First we accept there is a matter. Really there is no matter other than consciousness. First we introduce the pot. Clay is there, pot is there. Then we say there is no pot. Pot is a word, we say. Pot is a word. There is no pot other than clay in there. Similarly, if you ask, whenever we say there is no creation at all, then you will ask, now how you account for this creation? How can you answer for this creation? And we ask the counter question. When you say there is no pot, but the appearance of the pot, how you account for it? How you can explain this visible pot? Why say a pot is a name given to the clay. Another name of the clay is what? Pot. Another name of the clay is pot. Why? There is no separate pot other than clay. Similarly, our rope snake. No shape pochi. A rope snake, when you see the rope snake, it is really snake is there, snake was there, snake is there, snake will be there. No. What was there? Rope. What is there? What will be there? Rope. What was there pot before pot coming? Clay. When you are seeing pot also, what is there? When you break the pot also, what will be there? Then tell me, this pot, does it exist in the past or present or future? Never. Does this snake was existed previously? Is it existing now? Is it going to exist future? No. In 3 periods of time also it is not there. Similarly, this creation also is like that only. How? Creation was not there, creation is not there really, creation will not be there really. Then what is this? This is Brahman. Consciousness, other name is called world. Consciousness alone is world. That isness in everything is called consciousness. That isness. Every nama rupa is standing upon isness. Every nama rupa is standing upon isness. That is the L. World la L எடுத்துட்டவன் என்ன இருக்கும்? Word இருக்கும். அது மாதிரி அந்த L எப்படின்னா isness is the backbone of this entire creation. That isness you cannot see with your eyes, you see only objects. But you have to discern that isness through the objects. Therefore, creation is not there. If you accept the creation, there are many problems. Therefore, Gaudapada Acharya says, Yasmat ajatam jayate. The birthless consciousness is born according to the disputants. Many people, they talk about the real creation, no? Consciousness is born. They say God created the world, God became the world is nothing but God. They say all these things, and world is God, they say. All when they are talking, world created when you are talking, consciousness. God became the world and anartha. Consciousness became the world. That means the world is born, if you say consciousness is born as the world. Once born, what will come next? Gone. God became the world really. God became the world really. When the world goes in pralaya, but God also goes. Bhagavan Goda will give what? Death. Death வர மாதிரி ஆயிடும். அங்க காட்னு சொல்றது நம்ம கான்ஷியஸ்னஸ் ன்னு சொல்றோம். அவ்வளவுதான் டிஃபரன்ஸ். Consciousness is born. People are talking. Consciousness became the world, created the world. If you say, it is wrong because ajatihi prakritihi. Prakritihi means the intrinsic nature of consciousness. Prakriti means here nature, intrinsic nature, the swabhava of consciousness. What is that? Birthlessness is the nature of consciousness. Ajatihi prakritihi. Birthlessness is the nature of consciousness. What is the nature can never be changed. What is the fire nature? Heat. ரொம்ப hot இருக்கும். Can you make the fire cold? Can you feel anywhere fire, cold fire? Fire ன்னு சொன்னாலே heat. Hot இருக்கு, heat ன்னு சொல்லுவோம். Heat can never be taken away from the fire. Heat can never be taken away from the fire. It is the nature of the fire. It is the nature of the fire. Whatever is intrinsic, whatever cannot be taken out is the nature of that entity that is natural. Similarly, birthlessness of the consciousness is the nature. You cannot change it. Consciousness created the world, and creation vandavadane consciousness really never became the world. Why na? World illai enna. But Thiripi, he goes to that Vaitadhya Prakaranam, Advaita Prakaranam chonna Karika, he revises. In the next Karika, here itself you see, Anyatha bhavaha prakritehe kathanchit na bhavishyati. In the 29th Karika, second line, Ajatihi prakritihi. The birthlessness is the nature of consciousness. Therefore, never talk. The consciousness is born and gone. Momentary consciousness, you should not talk. Okay? Momentary consciousness and you are accepting the birth and death to the consciousness. Therefore, its nature is what? Birthlessness. Kathanchit anyatha bhavaha means having birth, it will never happen. Anyatha bhavaha means transformation, getting transformation. That which is not having birth, getting that nature called birth. Now born, I am born, consciousness is born, angaradu kadiyadu. Kadhanchit prakritehe, of that intrinsic nature of birthlessness of that consciousness will not take place. The transformation will not take place. When? At any time. At any time. So how you have to do Anvaya here? Prakritehe anyatha bhavaha kathanchit na bhavishyati. Prakritehe anyatha bhavaha na. Intrinsic nature of anything can never become differently. Intrinsic nature of an entity can never be changed. Can you see the water flowing upwards? Water flows upwards. Enga place la ella water mela pogum. Eppume water comes downwards only. It is the nature of water. Cold fire irukadu, hot fire da irukum. That is a nature. And the madri birth irukra consciousness kadiyave kadiyadu. Birthlessness consciousness da irukku. அப்பப்போ எங்க ஊர்ல கான்சியஸ்னஸ் பர்த் இருக்குன்னு. உங்க ஊர் என்ன புத்திசம், அந்த ஊர்ல கான்சியஸ்னஸ் பர்த் இருக்குமா? எப்படி இருக்க முடியும்? உங்க ஊர்ல தண்ணி வந்து மேல போகுமா, ஃபயர் வந்து கோல்ட்ல இருக்குமா? அது பிரகிருதி, அது சுபாவம், அதனுடைய சுபாவம் நீங்க மாற்றவே முடியாது. So like that, அப்படி கதஞ்சித் ந பவிஷ்யதி. So consciousness and matter are two names to absolute reality. Consciousness is one name of the absolute reality. Matter is also another name for absolute reality. Really speaking, there is no matter. Is there pot? Pot name is given to the clay only. Really speaking, clay also is another name for easiness. Clay is, pot is. Easiness is common. Easiness belong to clay or pot? Adha. So, easiness has got two names now. Clay is, pot is. World is, consciousness is. And the easiness is the Chaitanyam Brahma. I am that consciousness, original. Consciousness is a name we have given to that being, existence principle. These are all names we have given. Next Karika. Anaderam tavatvam chem samsarasya na sesyati anantata chadimatah mokshasya na bhavishyati. According to Tarkika, This birth and death, he gives a nice name. Just I want to introduce that words. What is birth? What is death? Nammana chunna dissociation of subtle body with gross body is death. Association of gross body, subtle body is called birth. We give this explanation. Correct? Then subtle body association with gross body is birth. Subtle body dissociation with gross body is death. Easy நம்ம answer. But Tarka language lo avan enna solluvaana, what is birth na, he says pragabhava charamakshanaha janmaha. Pragabhava note பண்ணிக்கோங்க. After 5 years or 10 years உங்களுக்கு புரியும். Okay, pragabhava charamakshanaha janmaha. Pragabhava charamakshanaha janma. I'll translate into English. Birth means the last moment of previous non-existence. Birth means the last moment of previous non-existence is called birth. Then death means what? சரியா எழுதுக்கோங்க, என்னமோ எழுதிட்டு அப்புறம் தப்பு. Birth means pragabhava charamakshanaha janma. Death means, what is death? Dvamsa abhava pradhamakshanaha maranam. Maranam means dvamsa abhava pradhamakshanaha maranam. Dvamsabhava pradhamakshanaha maranam. The first moment of later absence is called death. The first moment of later absence, is called death. இதுதான் லாஜிக். என்ன புரியறதா? புரியாதது ஏதோ அதுதான் லாஜிக். புரியும், அது there is a meaning in that, but straight away you cannot understand. It takes a lot of time to grasp. That much you just note enough. So what I want to say now, Gaudapada Acharya is dismissing that creation. He says, if samsara is real, what we say yesterday, what I said, samsara is a problem. If you get moksha, samsara will go away. And moksha you have to attain. Moksha you have to acquire. You have to get moksha. Solito. Now, is this samsara is real or unreal? Suppose it is real. Let us take it is real. Samsara is real. Samsara is real. Which whatever is real, you cannot remove. If samsara is real, anyhow samsara is real, death is real, birth is real, disease is real, old age real. Suppose people are all taking that only, no? Old age is real, birth is real, death is real, disease is real, everything is real. All these put together samsara. Appa samsara is also real. If samsara is real, you need not come to the class. In the class எதுக்காக வரும்? மோட்சம் அடையிறதுக்காக வரும். Freedom from samsara is called moksha. Samsara is real. Why I have to study Shastra? Because real samsara will never go. If samsara is intrinsic, my nature, என்ன நெருப்புல இருக்கிற சூடு எப்படி எடுக்க முடியாதோ, இந்த ஜென்ம மரணம், டெத், டிசீஸ், ஓல்ட் ஏஜ் இருக்கிற இந்த சம்சாரம் is satyamana, there is no need of sadhana, there is no need of karma yoga, there is no need of upasana yoga, there is no need of chitta shuddhi, there is no need of jnana yogyata, there is no need of jnanam, there is no need of scriptural study, there is no moksha. Therefore what? Next class ke varave venda. But we are coming to class, we want to get moksha, and that means what? Okay. Samsara is anadi, but it has an end. Suppose you say, samsara ends. Suppose you say, inge kuda problem. Samsara ends when moksha comes. Samsara ends. Okay, samsara is beginningless and chonna. Samsara is beginningless, anadi. எப்போ வந்தது இந்த சம்சாரம், ப்ராப்ளம், பர்த், டெத், கிரியேஷன் எப்போ வந்தது? கிரியேஷன் எப்போ வந்ததுன்னா அனாதியா வந்துட்டு இருக்கான்னா. beginningless, but it has an end. Suppose you say so, samsara ends, moksha comes. Moksha comes. Once it comes, whatever comes, it will go away. Samsara ends when? 11:55. Okay. Suppose. எனக்கு புரிஞ்சு போச்சு மாணுக்கியம், சம்சாரா கான். 11:55க்கு மோட்சம் வந்தாச்சு அனுக்கோங்களேன், வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். மோட்சம் வந்தாச்சு. எப்போ வந்தது? 11:55க்கு. April 1க்கு தான் வரும் மோட்சம். மோட்சம் வரவே வராது. மோட்சம் வந்தது நினைச்சுக்கோங்களேன், வந்த மோட்சம் போயிடும். If a moksha is an event to happen so and so time, it destroys the samsara, and samsara gone, moksha has come. Whatever has come, this moksha also will end. You want going moksha or remaining moksha? Who wants going moksha? Again moksha goes. That's what Nachiketa asked Yamadharmaraja Kathopanishatla, Anyatra dharmat, Anyatra adharmat, Anyatra asmat krita akritat. எனக்கு என்ன வேணும்னா அந்த மோட்சம் வேணும், which is not created. It is not a sadhya moksha, it is a siddha moksha. Already nitya moksha. Already I am muktaha. Moksha is not a thing to happen in course of time. அப்படி you are already muktaha. அப்போ நான் கிளாஸுக்கே வர வேண்டாமே சுவாமினி. If I am already nitya muktaha, moksha is my nature. Atman nature, it is your answer. Then I need not come to the class next time. No. You have to come to the class not to gain moksha. You have to study Shastra not to gain moksha. You have to study Shastra to know, to drop the notion that you have samsara. You are coming to the Vedantic class not to get moksha. You are coming to the Vedanta class to drop the notion that I have samsara. I drop the notion I have samsara. The moment I drop the notion I have samsara, I recognize I am nitya muktaha. The moment I drop the notion I have birth, death, disease, old age, sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, agami karma, all this put together samsara, this notion you drop through the study of scriptures. The moment you drop that notion, you recognize you are nitya muktaha. You are not getting moksha. You are coming to Shastra to drop the wrong notion, not to get moksha. நீங்க தானே சொன்ன சுவாமி மோட்சம் வரும் அப்பதான் சொல்லுவோம் பிகினிங்லோ. அப்படி சொல்லலன்னு நீங்க கிளாஸுக்கே வரமாட்டாள். நீ நித்திய முக்தன்னு சொன்ன யார் வருவா கிளாஸுக்கு? நித்திய முக்தன்னு அவனுக்கு புரியணுமே. He has to discover. அதை டிஸ்கவர் பண்றதுக்கு கிளாஸுக்கு வரணும். புரியுறதா? But therefore, there is no samsara, there is no creation, there is no moksha also. I am nitya mukta buddha swarupa atma aham asmi, but I have a notion that I have samsara. And to drop that notion, I have to study what? Mandukyopanishad. Therefore, he says, अनादेहे अंतवत्वं च संसारस्य शेष्यति न शेष्यति Anadehe, beginningless samsara, antavatvam na sisyati. If it is beginningless, it can never end. Similarly, adimataha anantata mokshasya na bhavishyati. Adimataha, which has beginning, a moksha which has beginning, the moksha which has a beginning can never happen. So the samsara, the beginningless samsara can never be established, cannot be established, and endlessness of moksha, this moksha will never endless. Endlessness of moksha, which has a beginning, is not possible. Endlessness of moksha, if it has a beginning, can you talk about that moksha permanent? It is permanent moksha, can you say? So, anantata of that moksha, which has got adimataha. In the moksha, you put start ஆயிடுச்சு மோட்சம் வந்தாச்சுன்னு சொன்ன என்ன அர்த்தம் தெரியுமோ? போயிடும் அர்த்தம். அதுதான் he says adimataha mokshasya. Once moksha has started, has come, has taken place, அப்ப என்ன ஆயிடும்? You cannot talk about anantata. You cannot talk about eternal. Moksha is eternal. Moksha is permanent. நித்திய மோட்சம் பத்தி பேசவே முடியாது. ஏன்னா வந்த மோட்சம் போயிடும், வந்தது எல்லாமே போய்தான் ஆகணும். அதுக்குதான் இப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்னா நமக்கு வர மோட்சம் வேண்டாம். அப்ப எப்படி மோட்சம் வரும்? வரலன்னா என்ன அது மோட்சம்னா நீ நித்திய முக்தனு புரிஞ்சுக்கோ. நித்திய முக்தன் நான் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். எப்பதான் புரியும் சுவாமினி? நன்னா படிக்கணும், நன்னா படிச்சா நன்னா புரியும். ஐ ஆம் நித்திய முக்தா. I have no birth, death at all. I have no samsara also. More in the next class. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.